Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, from ignorance to the knowledge, and from mortality to the immortality. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, we are all discussing Aparokshanubhuti, the immediate realization of the self. The beauty of Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, is just like Semitic religions or any dualistic philosophy, it doesn't accept or it doesn't believe in the emancipation after death. Say, for an example, in the dualistic philosophies in Hinduism and in Semitic religions like Islam, Christianity, and in some other philosophies and religions also, after our death, we go to God, and God weighs our good and bad. And if we have done more good things, more virtues, then we are sent to heaven. And if we have done more bad things, wrong things, then we are sent to hell. In Semitic religions, it is permanent hell or heaven because they don't believe in rebirth. But in Hinduism, in the dualistic schools of Vedanta, they believe in rebirth. So if we have got more virtues, then till the exhaustion of the punya, virtues, the results of good actions, we are allowed to enjoy in the heaven or in the other worlds. If we have done more papa, the sinful actions, then till exhaustion of that sinful actions results, the result of bad actions, then we have to suffer. Our subtle body has to suffer in the hell. Afterwards, again we come down to this earth and again we start the new life. This is what in the dualistic schools of Vedanta. And when this moksha is possible, the emancipation is possible, that is after death. All the Semitic religions and dualistic schools also, they say. So we should go to Vaikuntha, we should go to the world where Jesus is living, or where Allah is living, or Krishna, Shiva, Durga, where they are living, we should go to that world. And when seeing and staying with them, that is what the emancipation or realization is told. Moksha, the concept of moksha in these religions. But whereas the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic school of philosophy, it says, no. After death, what happens, we don't know. If the realization possible, it should be here only in this mundane world. And it should be experienced by the person who is having a realization. So, Aparokshanubhuti means the immediate realization of the self. The moment our ignorance is dispersed, is destroyed, immediately we understand who am I. Immediately I understand who am I. Then and there itself, I am liberated person. So I am liberated while living in this body or living in this empirical world. And that is the state called Jivan Mukta. And that is a unique concept, a unique doctrine has been propounded by non-dualistic school of philosophy, that is Advaita Vedanta. So this gives lot of confidence, lot of positive outlook and motivation for all of us to do our spiritual practices, to take the path of spirituality. Why? By doing that in this mundane world, in this empirical life, and living in this body, physical body, one can have realization of the self. One can realization of the God, now and then and there itself. So that is the beauty of this non-dualistic school of philosophy. Now, after saying this, one can feel, oh, that's wonderful. So now itself I can have this realization, so that I'll be completely knowledgeable man. experience and I will be the experiencer of that knowledge, fine, then let me have it. When you hear such type of discourses, definitely you will get an idea, or you will get a desire that, okay, I should hear them, I should try them, and I should have it then. But once you start, you will understand that that is a very difficult path. It is like walking on the razor's edge. Then we understand that we are left far behind. We have to travel in the spiritual path to have that realization. Though it looks like the goal is very near, but the path is very tedious and very difficult, cumbersome. It takes good amount of time, depends on one's own strength, willpower, practice, purity of mind. Sometimes it so happened, for example, when we are seeing in the Wicklow Mountains, Dublin Mountains, we see, okay, behind the mountain itself, there is a sky, and it is very near. Probably if you go by a flight or helicopter, it may be just a kilometer or two. But when you go in the road, you have to go all along, maybe 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or 15 kilometers, or 20 kilometers. Though the mountain looks so straight and simple, and it is very near, but the moment you take a journey, it takes a lot of time. So similarly, this is also, though it is very near, but unfortunately, since we don't have so much preparation, mentally, intellectually, emotionally, it takes good amount of time to reach it. So this is, why should we study this Aparokshanubhuti text, such text? And why should you hear your discourse, Swami? Because it is preparation of the mind to reach that ultimate goal. That's all. What is that ultimate goal? Self-realization. To know that, to experience that, who am I? In the earlier slokas, verses you've seen, Adi Shankaracharya, the notable philosopher, again and again he was telling that you are not this physical body. You are not this physical body. You are not this physical body. Understand this. And you are not the subtle body. You are not the causal body. And why he has given a number of arguments he gave, and now in a different way he tried to explain, and we have seen. So now we have come to know that I am not this physical body. I am not this subtle body. I am not the causal body. I have understood, probably intellectually. Now, what about this world? We are attached so much to the world. So much so that the world is real for us. The Atman or the Brahman or the God or the consciousness may not be real. So much we are attached. Because why? This world is real for us. This world is very real for us. So that reality aspect has to be removed. The world is an appearance, it is not real. So this we have to understand, and this has to very clearly, it should stay in our mind with conviction. It is not mere hypothetical argument or thought. It should be firm conviction. Then only we can have God realization or self-realization. Now the author is trying, from the 41st verse onwards, is trying to negate that the world is not real. When we say that the world is not real, that doesn't mean that it is non-existent. It exists, but in different form. But we are seeing it in another form. Now, how to understand this? Maybe Swamiji, it is a very interesting concept, maybe interesting argument. But how do you substantiate? How do you explain it? This question may come. In the 44th verse, the author is trying to tell how to understand this sublime concept or the beautiful concept. Rajva gnanat kshanena iva yat yadvat rajurhi sarpini bhati tad vichitihi sakshat vishvakarena kevala. Means the running meaning of this verse is like this. As through the ignorance of the real nature of the robe, the very robe appears in an instant as a snake, so also does pure consciousness appear in the form of the phenomenal universe without undergoing any change. Because of dim light, it is not, there was a complete dark. And it is not that there is a complete light. Now, say for an example, 7:15, still there's a beautiful sunlight. And it is very sunny day, very hot also from yesterday in the Ireland, in the Dublin also yesterday, today. It is very hot, 25 plus, 25, 24, whatever. So it is a good light. And night probably 10, 10:30, they will be completely dark. So when things are completely dark or when there is a completely light, the chances of mistaking a thing for other is generally less. Why? Because of complete light, we'll be able to understand it properly in generally. And when it is completely dark, we cannot comprehend a thing at all. In generally, we need light. But when it is a dim light, we mistake things easily. We are prone to mistake things easily. So in the dim light, a person saw a rope. A rope was in particular fashion. In the dim light he saw, and he mistook it as a snake. He immediately shouted, "Oh, snake, 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 snake." Then his family people, they took the stick probably and they came running, either to take it out or to probably to show that, to make it fear and go away, or to beat and kill it so that their life is taken care. They all came, and one person came with a torchlight. And the torchlight person asked, "Where?" All the people were asking, "Where is the snake?" Then a person showed a particular place. Then when the torchlight was put on that place, then there is a rope. Everyone started laughing. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Why? That is a rope, not a snake. Oh, my dear. Is it? No, no. You see, when the torchlight was given complete light for that place, then even the person who had a fear, he also understood and he also realized that he was a mistaken rope for snake. He had a mistake on the rope for snake. Then his ignorance is removed. The moment his ignorance is removed, and the fear of snake is also removed. So just like because of so many reasons, we are mistaking the rope for the snake. So the author is trying to tell, the Advaita philosophy tries to tell that similarly, you are mistaking the Brahman or the Atman or the consciousness for the world. Now, in the rope example, easily we can understand. The Atman is, the rope is appearing as a snake for us, we can understand very clearly. Now, how to understand the Atman or the Brahman or the consciousness is appearing as this world? For that, I'll give one more example, then probably you'll be able to understand. You had a wonderful wooden table. It was made by rosewood. It looks so beautiful and gorgeous, excellent. And the carpenter has made very nice with the designs, intricate designs. It looks so beautiful. And whoever comes, they ask, "Oh, such a nice table." And similarly, you had chairs. Fine. And you had a dining table made up of this rosewood. And you had a cot from the rosewood, same thing. And you had a stools also made from the same rosewood. So you have got a table, chairs, cot, and dining table. Now, table is in particularly probably rectangular shape. Then if it is a dining table, it is a circle shape. Then chairs, we know how it will be L shape with the four legs. Now, all of them are same or different. Generally, you say there should be different, isn't Swamiji? Because the function, utility for which we use the table, same thing we cannot use for chair. And for what the reason we use for chair, and it's the same thing we cannot use for table. And when both these things, what for reason we use, same thing we cannot use for dining table, and dining table is meant for something else. And stool is also meant for something else. Of course, like you can sit on the chair and you can sit on the stool, no doubt. You can keep a thing on the dining table as well as in the table, no doubt, but it can be kept on the stool also. But generally, there are different names, different shapes. They have got different names and they have got different shapes and they have got different functional utility. Usage, use. Yes, we understand. It is very true. So on this basis, we say that table, chair, dining table, and also stools. Stool is different. Why? Because of the name, different names, different forms, different shapes, and different utility point of view. Fine. Then if you ask, I say that yes, you are right, but even in spite of this, I would like to say that it is same. All of them are same. Then they say, Swami, how can you say that after explaining so much, then but still you are saying that it is all same? How is it? Then I said, the content are from the material which all these things are made. The table is made from wood. The chairs are made from wood. The stool is made from wood. The dining table is made from wood. So from the point of the content, from the point of the material by which all these things are made, they're all same because all of them are made from the same material called rosewood. Now, from the name, from form, shapes, or from the utility point of view, they were all different. But from the point of content or the material which we are used to make this, all are same from this point. So this is what Vedanta or Advaita Vedanta is trying to tell. So you try to see the content or from the material from which everything is made up of, it is all same. Golden bangle, golden earrings, golden nose rings, okay, golden necklace, golden bracelet, they are same, and golden ring, are they same or different? They are different, but yet it is same. Again, because they've got different names, they've got different in sizes and shapes, and functional point, it is different, but the content is all gold. You remove the gold from all these things, what remains? Nothing remains. So from the point of gold, all are same, everything is same. Now, if you remember my Tattvabodha class, how this world has come into existence, I said, Brahman, with the help of its Maya, with the help of its power, the space comes from the Brahman, and from the space air comes, from the air fire comes, from the fire water comes, from the water earth comes. Earth or soil, rocks or minerals, all these things. So the whole universe, globe is made up of all these 5 elements, permutation and combination. And all these things 5 came from where? It is from Brahman. Means the consciousness is appearing on us all these things. In the science says that everything, even the life has come from the matter, whereas the philosophy and the non-Advaita Vedanta is saying that from consciousness, the life and matter has come. There's a fundamental difference between science and religion or science and philosophy. So Atman has appearing as the world. The wood is appearing as a table. The wood is appearing as a chair. The wood is appearing as stool. How to say, Swamiji? Because we are seeing it. Yes, we experience, the experience is real. And the usage, it is real. But in reality, it is nothing but wood. Because the moment you remove the wood, it ceases to exist there. Just like waves. Water and wave, both are one and the same. You remove the water from the wave, then wave ceases to exist. So water is the source. The wave is just, it has got a name and form, different forms. But actually, if you see, it is only water, water, water. So from this point, from this sense, only Brahman alone exists. From Brahman, all these things are, it looks like it has been emerged out, it has deduced out, it has come from. But finally, if you see, if you go on sizzling out, if you go from source, from earth to water, fire, air, space, and all, you will reach to the Brahman, the source. From this point also, it is very clear that from Brahman, everything has come. So the world is an appearance. The lighter side is the complete knowledge. A person who has got complete knowledge means it is not intellectual knowledge, who has got an experience. He is called a gnani, knowledgeable man, or wise man, still better. He doesn't have any confusions and he doesn't have any problem at all because he is a realized person, like say Buddha or Vivekananda. And there are some people who are dull-headed or whatever. They're ignorant people. They're ignorant. They don't know all these things. They work hard. Maybe they are sincere and they work hard and they enjoy their life. They have a merry making. And these people also, they don't have any problem. One side who are completely realized what is the truth, they don't have problem. The other side who are completely ignorant and they are also blissful. So the completely ignorant and completely knowledgeable man, wise man, they both of them are the opposite poles. Both of them are blissful, but we are in the middle. We are not completely knowledgeable and we are not completely ignorant. We are in between. That's why we struggle and we suffer. We know what is truth, but at the same time, we are not able to comprehend or we are not able to put into practice. At the same time, we cannot live it also because we know what is truth. So that's why we are struggling and suffering. But we keep on continuing slowly. By God's grace and our self-effort, we will reach today or tomorrow our goal. Now in the 45th verse, Upadanam prapachasya brahmano nyatra vidyate tasmat sarva prapanchoyam brahmaivasti nachetaret. Means there exists no other material cause of this phenomenal universe except Brahman. Hence, this whole universe is but Brahman and nothing else. Now, probably theory of causation. How this world came into existence, from which this world has come. If you ask science, they will say Big Bang theory, from atoms everything has come, from molecules, atoms, they joined and they became molecules, compounds, from this everything has come. And now atoms still they have gone, photons, neutrons, electrons, all these things. And now they have gone to the energy level, the level of energy. Now, the Advaita philosophy, the Indian philosophy has gone still more sublime, until more further. And they said, from consciousness, energy has come, and from energy, the condensed form of energy is matter. Now, someone has prepared a beautiful earthly pot, clay pot. Beautiful. This clay pot is made from what? It is made from the clay. Okay. So it is used, the material cause, the material which is used for this clay pot is clay. So it is called material cause, upadana karana. Then who has made this? Is the potter, nimitta karana. The material is used is clay and the potter is called efficient cause. So without potter, the pot cannot exist. The pot cannot come into existence, isn't it? So there is a material from which the product has been made, and there is a person who has prepared. So similarly, the world is called a product. For an example, just like a clay pot, the product, here the world is also a product, which we are experiencing every day. The clay is the material, so clay is the material cause for the clay pot. Then what is the material cause for the creation or this world? According to the non-dualistic school of Vedanta, that is Advaita philosophy, the material cause is also the Brahman or the consciousness. Then who is the efficient cause? The efficient cause is also same. Ishvara you can say, God you can say, or the Brahman is the efficient cause. The material cause and the efficient cause, both are one and the same. That is Brahman, that is consciousness. So this is the uniqueness which is we see in the Advaita Vedanta. So by this, you can understand very clearly the material cause and efficient cause is both are since Brahman. So Brahman and Brahman alone exist. There is nothing else. Just for an example, clay, beautiful clay pot has been done. Clay lid has done. Then clay vase has been done. Then clay water pot has been done. Then different toys made from clay. And the clay pots have done. Olden days, we can remember where we used to put soil and we used to plant the saplings. Clay pot, clay toys, clay lid, clay vase, everything is there. So it's all made from one material called clay. So similarly, the world, whatever the products you see, the whole world is made up of or made from Brahman. So the Brahman is appearing as this world. So they are actually Brahman and Brahman alone exist. Then the question may come for you or for anyone. If that is the case, you tell them that only Brahman exists, there is nothing else. Then why are you giving all these explanations? Yeah. When we have to understand the advanced theorems in mathematics, first I should read, I should understand, I should learn starting from additions. 2 plus 3, how much? Immediately we all say 5. But when we were small, if someone asked 2 plus 3, how much? We should take some time. Okay, there are 2 fingers, 1, 2. At least in India we learned. Okay, here 3 fingers. You count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Few seconds or a minute or 2 we used to take just to do the simple calculations when we were child, when we were kid. Now if you say 2 plus 3, immediately 5. Now 8 plus 7. Okay, you said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 8 fingers or 8 lines. Then you put 7 fingers. Then you start counting. Then you say how much? 8 plus 7, 15. Immediately we'll say, then we used to take some time. So to have this advanced calculations of mathematics to understand, we had started from these basic things. Initially, if this was told for children, they would not have understood. So similarly, the Advaita philosophy is trying to prepare our mind to understand the truth. Brahman and Brahman alone exist. And initially itself, when we say that the Brahman and alone exist, the world is an appearance, the world doesn't exist. We don't say the world is an appearance, we say the world doesn't exist. We don't say the world is an appearance. People may say, no, it is not possible. Or it is something unusual. I think someone has got a wrong perceptions. Or this philosophy is not sound. Either we will believe it or will not be able to comprehend. So before negating the world, they say that how this world has come from. Panchikarna, the theory of Panchikarna, which I've discussed in detail in the Tattvabodha class. The 5 elements together makes the compound called earth or whatever. So they all explain why, to make us slowly to get back to the source called Brahman. So similarly, here from Brahman, the whole world or earth, how it has come, they explain. Afterwards, using the same method, they will retrace their steps back, retreat. They will retrace their steps back, and they will make us to understand that Brahman and Brahman alone exist. This is called Adhyaropa Apavada. Superimposition, desuperimposition. Just like when we were small in India, in the field, when the soil is there, we used to play and we used to build some house or a temple or some castle, something like a small form. We all know that it doesn't stay for a long time. Someone may come and, break it, or it can break by itself. It will not be strong because it is in sand. But still we used to do it. And many times when mother or father comes calling, come, there's a time for lunch, we used to break ourselves with a laughing, we used to go. Knowingly, we used to build that it will fall off. So similarly, here they're building they're superimposing all these things. Yes, the world exists. The world has come from all this, the steps, all they explain. Why? To remove the misconception. The moment when the world has been come from this, and they try to explain scientifically, we will feel happy and we accept it. And afterwards, using the same method, they will try to ask us to come back. And when we retrace our steps back, we go to the source that is called desuperimposition. That's why the retreat word came. Retreat means from an house. I went to the Blanchardstown. From this Muladhat, I went to Blanchardstown. And when I come back, I have to come back same so that I can reach the source, the Ayurvedanta Society form. So from myself, I have gone so much because of ignorance or whatever in the lives. Then we ask you, okay, whatever the path you have taken, use the same path and you retrieve your steps so that you will reach your source called the self. So this is what this philosophical thinking, intellectual thinking or thought-provoking has been done this in Advaita Vedanta. Now they are telling that the material cause and the efficient cause, both are Brahman. The Brahman is appearing as the world. In reality, the world, what you are seeing, Experience is real, but in reality it doesn't exist. Now, how to understand this? This is a very subtle concept and where people get a lot of confusions here. The world never exists. We don't say that. We have to clear it. And what about our experience? Yes, Advaita gives full validity for our experience. For an example, the snake experience in the rope. My experience of snake in the rope, was it real or not? Yes, it is real. Completely we accept it. I had a fear, I shouted, I screamed, probably my heartbeat got increased, I got sweating, all these things, yes. But we only negate the reality of the snake, the object called snake. Your experience of the snake, we don't negate, but we negate the reality of the snake in the rope. That's what Advaita is trying to do. So this we have to understand very clear. Now, one more example I will give you, will understand. You see, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. What a beautiful sunset. Clouds are golden hue in color, or saffron, light saffron, or light orange. So beautiful to see. And if you've gone to probably seaside, or riverside, or mountainside, there is a sunset and beautiful golden hue color, or light orange, or light golden, or yellow, or whatever. We enjoy. Our mind, observing it, becomes so calm, and it becomes so quiet, and we enjoy. If an artist, he will draw the scenery. And if a poet, he will think and he may compose a poem. And a meditator, a spiritual person, by seeing that slowly his mind gets indrawn. A natural lover, he enjoys the nature. And the people, they sit and they talk and they enjoy the sunset. Fine. Your experience of sunset is very real, no doubt. But the question for all of them, my question is really sun is setting? No. The sun never rises and the sun never sets. We all know that. Sun is stationary, rather the earth is moving. Though sun moves in its thing, but the earth is moving. The earth is rotating around the sun. But that is the truth. But the fact is, our experience is, we are daily experiencing the sunrise and sunset. The experience called sunrise and sunset, we don't negate. But the reality that the sun never rises, the sun rising and the sun setting is only negated, because sun never rises and sun never sets. So this is the beauty, even in the Bible, because it is called geocentric. The geo means earth. Earth is in the middle. Sun and other planets were rotating. That was the biblical story. And when so many scientists, and including Galileo, when they said that it is not, it is a heliocenter, the sun is in the middle and other planets are rotating, that it was a blasphemy, because it is against the Bible or biblical story, and many were hanged or many were killed or jailed. And Galileo, when he said, even he was also put under bars. Then he said, "Yes, you are right and I am wrong, sorry." He told a lie and he came back. He came out when people asked why, because these fools are not understanding, why should I waste my life? Whereas in Indian philosophy, long back, thousands of years before, they had told very clearly, sun is in the middle and all other planets rotating it, 9 planets. They had told thousands of years before itself in India. Now, wave and ocean. Oh, they're gorgeous waves. So beautiful. We took the photo and we had put in the WhatsApp status, Facebook the Facebook. So wonderful waves we experienced and all. We played and all. Fine. Your experience of joy, your experience of fear, your experience of happiness by seeing the waves in the ocean, it is very real, no doubt. But when I ask, are the waves real? Yes, we did experience. But I ask you, you experienced waves, no doubt, but is it different from the water in the ocean? Oh no. The water is in the different form. It has got some energy, of course, in the different form, that's all. The water in the ocean, it has got ebbs and tides, that is what called waves. So the water in the particular form we are seeing and experiencing, and we are saying that we have named it as a wave and we are experiencing joy, fear and all. But in reality, it is nothing but water. So the Advaita Vedanta, it never negates our experience of the world. It only negates the reality of the substance, called wave or called sunrise and sunset. So similarly, in the world also. I'm experiencing hunger. You should eat. Oh, I'm Advaitin. The world doesn't exist. The Brahman alone exists. So we should not eat. No, it is a foolishness. We should eat. Oh, Brahman alone exists, it seems. World is an appearance, it seems. Tomorrow onwards, I will not go to my office. I will not do my work. No, Advaita never said that. We should start working. We should keep on working, no doubt. But for us, this whole world is real, isn't it? That you remove it. That's what they are telling. And whatever the Vyavaharika Satya, whatever the differences in the world, and whatever the functionality things which exist in the world, we have to understand, we have to function, and we have to keep on going, no doubt. But the notion of the reality which is there tagged in your mind for this world, remove the tagline. That's all. Otherwise, why Jesus Christ had to come? He sacrificed his life. He was crucified himself for the betterment of the society. If the whole world is non-existent, then why he had to come? Why he had to save the world? Why he is called Savior? So we don't negate the experience, we only negate the truth. We only negate truth about the world, because they were all very clear about the reality of the world. Just like for Buddha, Sri Ramakrishna, or Vivekananda, they were all greatest karma yogis. They were all busiest people, and they all sacrificed their lives for the betterment of the society. But in their heart of heart, they knew that the world is not real. The experiences are real, the world is not real. And still, you may have a question. I will give one more example, then you will understand. In the dream, you had a dream. In the dream, you became a great celebrity. Say, just like an example, musician, and your music was known forever. I mean, in a nook and corner in the country where you are living, wherever you go, thousands of people are coming, and they take your autograph. Wherever you go, people, they show a lot of respect. And a lot of money, name, fame, power, position, all these things have come, and your mind is enjoying. And you have met a lot of your friends, you have met a lot of bureaucrats, political people, and other celebrities, whomever you know. All these things you enjoyed. And again, your mobile alarm rang, and your sleep breaks, and you get up. Oh, you are the same person. Whatever they were, the celebrity, the musician you experienced, probably you might have given a musical concert, and you have seen so many people. All these things, the truth, it is no doubt, but really were there? No. The truth of the dream is negated, but not the experience. Then what all that experience is about? All experience about only in mind. Your mind has taken the form of musical instrument. Your mind alone took the form of different people. Your mind alone took the form of different things you were experiencing in the dream world. Your mind has taken the different forms in your dream world, and it gave you the experience. So same thing, if you extend that logic in this so-called waking state, we all experience, it is also a big dream. It is also a big dream. Just like in the dream world, when you are experiencing, if someone comes and say to you, oh, it is a dream, it doesn't have reality, then we don't accept. The moment when we break our dream and when we come to waking state, then only we understand that the dream, it was a dream and it doesn't have any reality. It doesn't have any real existence. Similarly, when we experience our real nature, when we understand our real nature, and when we go beyond, when we transcend ourselves from these three states of experience, that is waking, dream, and deep sleep, that's called Turiya Avastha, fourth state, which is beyond these three states, then only we understand that even the waking state is also a big dream state. Now, how much ever I say or anyone say, we cannot understand. Why? Because we are in the waking state. Just like if you are in the dream state, when you are in the dream state, you couldn't understand you are dreaming. Only when you came to waking state, you could understand. Isn't it?
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
So similarly, So similarly, when you go to the transcendental state, Turiya Avastha, then only we can understand that it is also just like a dream, it is nothing else. So this is what we have to understand. So our experience is not negated, only the reality of this world is negated in the Advaita Vedanta. Now the question may come, why is it that in the different verses, in the forthcoming verses, the author himself clears why it is so. Vyapya vyapakata mithya sarvamatma iti shasanat iti gnate paretatve vedasya avasarah kutah. Means there are, now he is again taking the scriptural statements. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Isha Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, all major Upanishads, these are all. So he's taking the, he's reciting the quotations from these different scriptural statements, Shrutis, and he's telling that all this is Atman, which is told in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It follows that the idea of the pervaded and the pervading is illusory. The supreme truth being realized, where is the room for any distinction between the cause and the effect? For example, the cause is the clay and the effect is the pot. Cause and effect. And the cause is the water and the effect is the ice. The cause is the sugar cane and the effect is the sugar cane juice. The cause is an orange, the effect is orange juice. This is all we see. But in reality, the Brahman is the cause and the effect is the world. If you say it may be appearing for you, but in reality, there is no difference between cause and effect. Both are one and the same. The cause is appearing as an effect, just like the rope is appearing as a snake. So in Advaita Vedanta, this rope and snake, it keeps on going. The snake never dies, and the rope never disappears. I mean, on the lighter side, people do joke on that. So in the Advaita or the dualistic school, they say that the world is separate and it is real. The God is separate and he is real. He or she are real, and I, the individual being, we are separate and we are real. Whereas the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic school of Vedanta, they say that if the reality is all pervasive, that means it should be only one. Oh, there are so many infinities. There are two infinities. There are three infinities. If you say, then it is wrong. Infinity can only be one. How can it be two infinities? If there are two infinities, one is limiting the other one, then how it can be called as infinite, isn't it? So if it has to be infinite, and if it is all pervasive, then it should be only one, and that is what Atman, or Brahman, or Purusha, or consciousness, that itself is appearing as all these things, so that we have to understand. So the reality of the world is negated here, not the experience. Now, from 47th verse onwards, from 47 to 50 or 52, 55 verses onwards, the same idea has been discussed, taken from the different scriptures. The world is illusory. It is just an appearance, just like the water and the wave, the water in the ocean and the waves. Just like golden bangle, golden nose ring, golden earring, golden bracelet, golden necklace. Different names, different forms, different utilities, but everything is made up of gold. When you see from the content point of view, it is gold. So from 49 onwards, from 49 to 55, the same idea has been told. So as a result, from the next class, I will go to 56th or 57th verse. From 49 to 55 verse, the same idea, the Brahman and Brahman alone exists, and the world is an appearance. And how it has been told from the help of different scriptural points. So I will not discuss, probably in the next class onwards, from the 56th verse onwards, we will try to know, because of the similar idea has been retold in every verse. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.